on the replay. We'll see if anybody pops on. So I have been doing Wellness Wednesday videos consistently for what, a year and a half, and I did not have one prepped for today. Didn't want to miss it. We are still in Austin. Today's obviously Wednesday, and we are still in Austin, but we are about to drive to Arlington. Um, that's where we flew into DFW, and that's where my dad lives. And so we borrowed his car to drive down here to Austin. We've had our very fun, exciting, what, 5, 6 days. And hi, Kimberly. Um, and we are just about to drive back to Arlington. We're going to have my dad's other brother, and then we'll go to the airport. Our flight leaves at about 8 p.m. We'll get home a little after 10 p.m. Autumn is planning to pick us up from the airport, which is a pretty crazy thing to have your daughter, whose diapers you changed, pick you up from the airport. It's just a new phase of life for us. Let's see who else is here. Sorry about that. I accidentally disconnected, but we're still here. Low carb recipes, hello. And Jack, hello. I'm glad you enjoyed the KetoCon videos. I really enjoyed making them. It was just such a treat to be able to be there and to meet all these people in person. And it's amazing how much you can connect with people online through videos, through social media, but there is still just something about meeting people in person that you don't get over the internet. So that was a treat. Anyways, I don't really have any big topics to talk about for this Wellness Wednesday. Just checking in. I have been very happy with how well I have, very relevant to wellness. I struggle with sleep on trips oftentimes, but I really did well, and I think it did help to have our red eye flight the first night. Worked on like I have a set of supplements, amino acid supplements that really help, and so I took those every single night, and I just slept great. It was amazing. And get this, I was sleeping in a house with a 1 month old baby. My nephew, little Finn, he's still getting up 2, 3 times a night, but I mean they must have good insulation in the house, and I slept so well. I didn't wake up once to him crying, so that was amazing. I was like, it's going to be worth it to be able to be in the house with them, but I'm going to, suffer with my sleep. I really didn't. So I was really happy about that. Let's see. Kathleen is here. Let's see. Can't click on, oh, let's see. Live chat. There we go. Joanna is here. Hi. Okay. So what else should we talk about? Does anybody have any questions about KetoCon? Okay. So I'll have to tell you a story. I, I'm going to do like a live video with Lindsay, maybe to do kind of a chat recap of KetoCon and our experience. But I'll just tell you one story. I might tell it again when we do that. But so my husband, my dear husband, our YouTube watching list does not overlap. Oh, hi, Dustin. Um, it does not, just to feel better and reduce like processed food and stuff. But he is not keto, and he does not watch any of the people that I watch as far as keto people. And so on Saturday night, we got invited to the Barry's house party. That was pretty surreal. Like I watched all these people for so long, but for a long time I was not really a keto YouTuber. Every time I'd post something keto, it really didn't do well. So I'd watch them, but I didn't really feel like I was in the community with them. So to like be invited to things and to like be part of the whole community and have these people that I watched know who I am, who I never expected that they would ever know who I am. That was pretty crazy. Anyways, so we got invited to the Barrys and Kim Howerton's Airbnb. They had a little after party or dinner party after the Saturday KetoCon day. And we walk in and Dr. Barry's right there and he's like, "Oh, hi. It's so good to finally meet you." And I gave him a hug, and then Jeff like reaches out his hand to shake his hand, and he says, "I'm Jeff." And Dr. Barry doesn't say his name because Dr. Barry just met 1,000 people that knew who he was, obviously. But Jeff didn't know who Dr. Barry was. So Jeff is like, "And you are?" And so he's like, "Oh, I'm Ken." And that's my husband. So, anyways, Nisha thought that was hilarious, that somebody there at the party didn't even know who Dr. Barry was. So, I apparently I can't take my husband anywhere. He embarrasses me, but Nisha thought it was great. Yeah, and then also uh, the other to take care of the kids and do all that stuff. And so she was there, and I chatted with her a little bit, and I said something about like, "Oh, isn't it fun that you get to nanny for them when they do this kind of thing?" And blah blah blah. I knew who she was, and Jeff heard me say nanny, and so a little bit later he went to just strike up a conversation with her, and he's like, "So how long have you been nannying for them?" And she's like, "Well, I'm their grandmother, so." Anyways, and then they ended up having a nice chat, so it worked out fine. But yeah, I can't take him anywhere. Anyways, let me see what chats did I miss. Okay, here we go. Oh, Chandra would be the same way, not knowing who anybody is. Yeah, it keeps us humble, I guess. Okay, it's hard to see that the comments keep going away. I'm not used to doing this on my phone. I usually have my computer sitting on my lap, and so I can look at all of the chats there. Okay, so the ketone monitor. Yeah, that's been really interesting. I have checked my ketones before, like blood ketones, and I do not get high ketones. Like Amy, she like will get these crazy high ketones, and I don't. And I was one point, years ago where I did try, like I was chasing ketones, and I had the monitor, and I was trying everything to get the high numbers, and getting up to like 1, 2, 3 on the ketones, I felt like I was starving to death. Not eating enough protein for sure. So I know that I don't get high ketones. What I have found interesting so far, and I'm really excited to experiment with this after I get home, and just see what I can do to change this. It has been fascinating that at nighttime, basically I flatline. I'm like at 0 or point 0.1 basically the whole night. And it's not until I eat that my ketones get higher. And they've only been as high as point 0.6. That's the highest I've seen. I've had on for, I think, 3 days now. And so that's really interesting. And if you guys have watched me for a while, you know that I am always a morning eater. I'm very hungry in the morning. I mean, not excessively, but I'm just not one of those people who it's easy. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I just forget to eat until 2 p.m." I am not like that at all. Like by 10 a.m. for sure, I am hungry, like legitimately hungry. And I'm wondering if I'm not getting into deeper states of ketosis at night, and that's like causing some of the issue. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm curious to play with it. We only have 14 days on the monitor. I think I'm on day 3 or day 4 right now. And so I feel like I need to like hit the ground running as soon as I get home to test all these things, because the ketone monitors are not actually for sale until June, I think. You can order them now, but I think that's what I remember is you can't get them until June until they actually release. And so it's not like this is my chance to do some testing, for a while. So I'm really curious to test and see if there's anything that I can do to get my ketones up overnight, because I'm not one that's really worried about staying in a deep state of ketosis for 24 hours a day. I'm not, dealing with epilepsy or trying to heal cancer or anything like that. But I do think it's really healthy to get into ketosis every once in a while, and kind of go in and out of it. And you would think that overnight would be the optimum time. And I just expected that for anyone, their highest numbers would be at night, when you're not eating, right? The longer you go without eating, the higher your numbers would be. That just makes sense intuitively. like with a lot of things in the body, what makes sense intuitively, like calories in, calories out, isn't doesn't always end up being correct. Like the body is so complex that there's a lot more moving pieces and a lot of systems involved, and it's just not. It just doesn't work out that way all the time. So I'm really curious about working through that and seeing if there's anything not too extreme that I could do that would help me to get more into fat burning mode overnight. So that's really interesting. And I will be interested to hear like other people's experiences with it. Lindsay has one. And then if you watched my video from day three of KetoCon, while we were getting ours, Jonathan Shane of the Keto Road was getting his. And I'm curious to see his information about it because he's like a runner and he's one that eats some carbs. Oh my gosh, eats some carbs. So I'm really curious to see people with a different body type and lifestyle and different gender to see what their ketone monitor says. It'd be really fascinating. Let's see. Chat. Okay. Gary is here. Hi, Gary. Adriana. Hey, hola. So I have a video coming tomorrow, but on Monday? Yeah, Monday. Jeff and I went to San Antonio. We just decided to explore, and it turned out they were having Fiesta San Antonio when that we just stumbled on, and that was really fun. It was, I mean, just the colors were amazing. All the girls were wearing the flower crowns, all the like super bright colors and the Fiesta dresses. Oh, hey, Two Crazy Ketos is here. Um, and I was wishing that the flower crowns weren't paper because if they weren't, I would try to bring home one for Renee. She would have loved that. But we were able to find all of the little souvenirs for the kids and everything. It was really, really fun. But I did take a bunch of video of that day. We did so many things that day. And I will have a video coming out about that day, hopefully tomorrow, if I can get get my act together for it. Let's see. Teresa is here. Okay, so speaking of Two Crazy Ketos, meeting them and getting to hang out with them was such a treat. Like, you cannot be around those people without feeling encouraged and without feeling just happy. Like, they just exude joy, seriously. So that was such a treat. And I'm saying all these things that I'll probably say again when I have my live with Lindsay. But when we arrived here in Austin on Wednesday, I think, and then Thursday night, we went over to the Keto Chow Airbnb where Joe and Rachel were staying too. I didn't know Joe and Rachel were going to be there. I had hoped they would. Um, we went there for dinner that evening and I knocked on the door and Rachel opens the door. That was a beautiful moment. Let me tell you what. It was another one of those moments where poor Jeff was like standing behind me like I don't know what to do with myself. But Rachel opens the door like and hugs and it was so fun. That was such a memorable night. Yeah, it was fan- and this whole trip has been fantastic. It's just such a treat. All right, let's see. Well, who else? Yes. Um, Joanna is. I'm like, I've dived into the rabbit hole of stem cell. Yeah, yeah. Jeff has been really interested in the whole stem cell thing for a long time. Listened to a lot of interviews and stuff about it, and it's hard to wade through all of the information about stem cells online because there's a lot of charlatans and you know stuff. And so anyways, but we were really impressed with the stem regen guy. Stem regen is a supplement that they say is shown to help your body produce its own stem cells, like more of its own stem cells. And so that was really interesting. Like because they do stem cell injections, which I think is a really cool concept, But when you can get your body to endogenously do something, usually it's better than like injecting it exogenously. So that was really interesting. And my husband is he just thought that was really, he met the guy, he was really impressed with how much he was not just salesman-y, and he just kind of laid out, this is the science and this is what we think it does, and there you go. And then we went to his talk because he had a breakout session, and I really appreciated how well he was able to articulate the science and how much he seemed like he was excited about it. It wasn't just a salesman that had a pitch memorized or like all the right words to get you to buy. He really was excited about the science and sharing all the research, and it was very fascinating. So stem regen, if you want to look up that, it's not cheap, but it does looks cool. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, Ella is here. Yes, got to meet Ella at KetoCon. That was fun. Ugh, I wish I had a way to keep the comments up so that I could continue to see them. Oh, Andy, appreciated all the footage you showed. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. Uh, Getting to share all of that. That was very cool. And like on the last day, I started doing live streams of some of the talks, and I wish I had thought to do that um, before the last day because that was really fun. I got to live stream like 15 or so minutes of Joe and Rachel's talk, which was so fun. The energy in the room. I mean, seriously, it was amazing. Let's see. Bart K started a line of products. I had not heard about that. He's an interesting guy. Hi, Judy. She's here. Loved all the videos you've shared. Thank you. Feinstein injections. I don't know what that is. Is it stem cells? Oh, Amy's here. Hi, Amy. Gosh, it would have been so fun if Amy and Janet were able to make it and we could have had our whole Fab Four. That's still like a dream out there for another year. Yes, Joe, you need to start editing the KetoCon videos. I find that, people get really excited about that kind of thing when you can like get it out as fast as possible because they want to feel like they're there, and then it's over, there's not as much interest. So like when I put out my videos, I got them out 2 days later, which I would have liked to get them up the very next morning, but I didn't quite have it all together to do that. But people, I've experienced this because up until now, I've always been the one at home watching from the outside, and you know what's going on and you want to feel like you're a part of it. So I tried really hard to get my videos out super fast so that people could feel like they were part of it. But you guys have been so busy. Man, I don't even know how you had time to sleep. Seriously. All right. Well, we're coming up on 20 minutes, and we are. I said goodbye to my little niece, Betty. She went to school this morning, and then I got to say goodbye to my little nephew, Finn, and then we're gonna be headed out. And I'm not sure if there's anything we want to do because we kind of have all day. We have to drive to Arlington, which is about 3 hours, but we got some time to do something. If anyone has any suggestions for things we could do between Austin and Dallas, let me know. We've already been to Buc-ee's twice, which was, important. Jeff had never been to Buc-ee's, so that was exciting. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, to say it's a gas station sells it short. It's like a gas station with 100 pumps, and it's almost like the Walmart of gas. Well, it's better than Walmart because it's a lot cleaner. Anyways, they have a huge store with all kinds of stuff, and 1,000 bathrooms that are all clean. Yes, Amy, next year we'll do it. Um, Made your yolk. This is from Tina. Made your yolk added Maria. Oh, like yolk added to the Maria bread. The tops were wet. Yeah. So sometimes the tops are wet. Sometimes they're not. I think a lot of it has to do with the just the environment, like your weather and humidity wherever you are. My arm is getting tired. I should have brought my tripod. Anyways, it depends on the humidity where you are. And so there's sometimes where I'll make a batch and it will be fine, and sometimes I'll make the same exact recipe and it'll be wet. And the best advice I have is to throw them in an air fryer or like under a broiler or toaster before you eat them, and it dries it right out and makes it crispy again, and it's perfect. So I have stopped trying to find ways to stop the wetness. I just will, heat it up a little bit and toast it before I eat it, each one individually as I need to eat them. So let's see. One more meal at Terry Black's. Yeah, that would be good. I swear, like, when we went into San Antonio, we went to a barbecue restaurant for dinner, and that was the first time of the whole week that we paid for a barbecue meal, but we had eaten like 6 meals of barbecue that this whole week. But it's just that every single dinner and event that we went to, barbecue was served, and we didn't have to pay for it. So we were laughing about that. Okay, let's see. Bucky's is the size of Walmart, but it's let's see. But is like the result of a gas station, Cracker Barrel, and food truck. Yes. That is very good description. Bucky's is Disneyland of gas stations. Yes, that is very true. Yeah, so I don't have a good idea of all the different barbecues that we had because they were like served, and I know them. I mean, they were all good. Like you can't go wrong with barbecue in Austin. So I can't tell you which one's the best. Oh, my brother is in here. Holden Kirkwood. I don't think we've had Leroy and Lewis. I keep hearing about it, but that's one that I'm not sure if we have had. Shoot. So my brother is a barbecue master. So whenever we have like family get-togethers and things, he brings over like top-notch barbecue. So I get, even though we're in Oregon and it's not the barbecue capital of the world, I still get really good barbecue. Yes, I went to the Cosmic Coffee. That was really fun. I showed that in my coffee and Trader Joe's video. um my sister's favorite coffee shop. She lives here in Austin, so she was able to take me to all the fun places. It was really cute. They have a huge outdoor area with like waterfalls and beautiful landscaping and all kinds of amazing plants, and they have a garden where they grow like lots of herbs, and they have a chicken coop, and then there's 3 food carts on the premises. It was a wing truck, a taco truck, and a barbecue truck, the Leroy and Lewis. And I was like, they got everything covered here. This is great. All right, let's see. Let's see. Yes, Dustin, one of these days you'll eat at Terry Black's. Believe it. Claim it. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, if there's Waco between Austin and Dallas, if you're into the gains, oh, they have stuff there. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Joanna, you really enjoyed everyone's videos of KetoCon for the ones who couldn't be there. Yeah. Yep. And every year, up until this year, that was me. I enjoyed, getting to vicariously experience the event that, and so I was happy to be able to actually be one that was sharing this time. Oh, there's Cindy. Okay, Cindy, I watched Nisha's KetoCon video this morning, and I saw you guys in line. You were meeting Dr. Barry in the video, so you need to watch that if you haven't yet. That was let's see. Last year's videos were the catalyst for Tracy, for you to attend KetoCon this year. That's awesome. Yeah, I there have been a lot of comments I've gotten from people saying next year I'm definitely going to go. So that's very cool. Let's see. Gary's asking any updates on my iron levels. So I did a video just shortly before I left. So it was one of my Wellness Wednesdays recently that was all about iron updates. So if you haven't seen that video, go check that out. I have an experiment going on right now with iron patches to see if that kind of supplementation actually will help me keep my levels up. I still don't know that yet because I haven't gone tested. Probably be in the next 2 or 3 weeks that I will get my levels tested and see if it made any difference at all. So we'll update on that soon. All right, let's see, let's see. Yes, Teresa, that was my sister, my baby sister. She is turning 30 this year, which is very exciting. Um, and she lives here in Austin, as well as my brother and his wife and their two kids that we've been staying with. So it was really nice to like combine things on this trip, have the conference and then have like family time and stuff. That was really good. Let's see. Cindy, you didn't go to Terry Black's. Okay, yeah, it was mobbed because that was right outside the convention center or the event center, and like, God bless all the people who stood in line to get that, but thankfully we didn't have to. Joanna is reminding everyone to hit the like button. Thank you so much. I should probably hop off of here. It is 26 minutes in, and we got to get moving with our day. But I didn't want to miss a Wellness Wednesday. It didn't seem right. So decided to take the easy route and do the live, which is fun. And I need to get better at doing more impromptu lives. It was kind of something that I struggled with, or I have struggled with, like the anxiety about it. And then also at home, I always am worried that, a naked child will run through the background or something and I'll get canceled. So, anyways, all right. Thanks so much for hanging out. And I will have another video, one more video here from Texas about our trip to San Antonio. And then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming at home with all the chickens and the goats and the children. So thanks so much. Bye, guys.